Y'all, what's going on? Welcome to Free Will Fishing. Today we're going to be doing some dried fish. So I'm gonna first time attempting this. So I'm going to follow the instructions that I was researching here and see how it comes out. So if it comes out great, then definitely use this as a tutorial. And let's go. Let's see. All right. Alright guys, so the first thing that the recipe calls for is to cut up your fish in 1 inch by 1 inch cubes. So that's what I'm going to do to this ahi. This is ahi. A lot of times people dry aku, but I'm going to attempt this ahi because it is another fish that you can dry. And I'm also going to try to dry this akule here. Alright. Alright, so we're going to be going ahead and we're going to have to clean this akule first, but we won't do that quite yet. We're going to go ahead and cut this up first. So I'm going to try to cut this in, I guess, the straightest 1 inch. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm going to have to do that. And this looks like kind of 1 inch by 1 inch already. So I'm just going to go ahead and cube this. And then I'm going to put it on this plate here. Because the next step is going to be to salt this. And put it in the fridge. Put a lot of Hawaiian salt on it. Put it in the fridge. Then after it's in the fridge for 1 hour, then we take it out. Soak it in some water for 5 to 10 minutes. And then we put it in the dehydrator. So there is a recipe where you can use your oven for at 150 degrees for 7 to 9 hours, but we don't have that kind of time. So we're gonna, and we also have the benefit of a dehydrator. So we are going to test out how the dehydrator does this. All right. All right, guys. So if you've seen my how to cook halalu tutorial, then you would have seen me clean halalu before. But if you haven't, definitely go ahead and check that one out. You can come back to this video and check out how I scale this one. I'm going to scale it like so. Scale, 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 scale. And I'm actually going to clean this one just slightly different than I did on my other video. So yeah, you should definitely watch how I do this time. So here's what we're going to do. So as you see me scale it, I'm actually going to, because I'm not going to dry the heads on, so I'm going to go ahead and cut straight down like that. I'm also going to give a little split right here. so that when I pull down, the whole thing's going to come out. Yeah, just like that. So we are going to debone this because I'm pretty sure you don't want to eat any dried fish with bones still in it. So it's a little bit easier to debone the larger ones like this because this is basically Akule size, and so that is exactly what we want. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take those bones out. See that? And then you go back and you fish out the leftover bones, and you can cut out the ones here on the side. So I'm going to cut these out here on the side. This is why you get you a good fillet knife like this. And cut out those bones because that's not going to be any good for eating dry fish. Oh yeah, that is the way to do it, guys. Skin this before you cut it. Definitely the way to go. Okay. So you guys just learned right along with me if this is your first time, or if you knew how to do this already, or knew that this was maybe the way to go, then you just saw me learn this right here in the process. So what I'll do here, because right now at this point what I'm doing is almost like a actual filleting a big fish. Oh yeah, this is so much easier. Wow. So much easier. Look at that. Nice. You can see how thin the skin is on it, but we definitely want to, you know, not have that on when we're trying to eat dried fish. I'm pretty sure it's going to be not prime if you do that, if you leave it on there. Bones out in the meantime. So if you guys have ever had this kind of fish, you know just how soft this meat is. It is something else. So I can't wait to salt it and put it in the refrigerator. Actually excited for that part. Now this is just the way that I'm doing it. Of course, if you guys do it a different way, leave a comment. Let me know how you do it. Because this is just one way to get all the bones out before we dry them up. So, last one over here. But you guys pretty much have an idea. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this last one off camera to save space on my memory card and also save some battery. Alright, but you guys got the idea. Yeah. Alright guys, so what we do now is we liberally put this Hawaiian salt on to the fish. And don't worry about it being too much, because what we're going to do is actually soak it in water after an hour of chilling in the refrigerator. So I'm just going to put it all on real good. Salt it real nice like. Alright, and what I'll do is put it in a nice Ziploc. And when I place it in the dehydrator, it'll be all good. Alright, so we fast forward 1 hour. Guys, so I just soaked this for about 7 minutes. They say between 5 and 10. I rinsed off, or kind of put some water in the bag, poured it out a couple times, and I filled the bag up with some water because you're supposed to soak this for 5 to 10 minutes. I chose 7 because it's kind of in the middle of that, and I'm going to pour this water out and put this in the dehydrator. Last couple of pieces, and I'll set the temperature on this, and all good. So out of the way. So it says here for meats, fish, and jerky, 155 is the temperature we're going to put it at. It's already set there, and it definitely sounds like it's working right away. So wish me luck, guys. Alright guys, so it's actually only been a little over 2 hours, and I wanted to check the top part for sure. I do see a little bit of moisture in some of the ahi on the bottom, but here this looks very, very done here. I'm thinking, yeah, thinking this might be it. No, it's still a little moisture to it. Oh, let me give it another half hour to an hour. Yeah, because if that's not done, I know this other, yeah, that still needs some time. I still see the glisten on it of moisture. So alright, that was me checking it at 2 hours. It's supposed to be on for 3, so I'm gonna let it go ahead and do its thing. Here we have
the lovely Sabrina, checking the fish for me because I fell asleep during the process. So she is checking it for me, and I'm so very grateful that she was there to do that. Now, what you're looking at right now is all of the Akule on the top getting dried, and it is just about done, but you'll notice it is not very easy to take off of the grate because I didn't put any cooking spray on it. So that's one of the things I learned this time, is to put cooking spray on it, and then you can take it off. And when you do, you put it in the bag, you put some good pure sesame oil on it, right? And voila, done. Let it cool, let it chill. Some people like it cold, some people like it room temperature. It's up to you. But now you see the ahi is done too. It's perfect. It looks really, really great. And you know what? There's only one thing left to do. Once you take all of these out, put them in a bowl, or you can put them in a bag, and then you put the secret weapon on it. That pure sesame oil. So what you just witnessed is us turn these akule and this ahi into a truly amazing snack. And this is the finished product. Isn't it beautiful? Just throw that in the refrigerator, let it chill. And one of the best things you can do is sprinkle a little bit of red pepper flakes on it. I promise it's not going to be too spicy. Thanks again for watching Free Will Fishing.